Hi, I'm Alejandro Hoyos, and today we're here at CES 2025 in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we are at the amazing and greatest Intel booth. And today with us we have Craig. Hey, Craig.
How you doing, Alex? Thanks a lot for having me.
Hi, man. It's great to see you again.
Always good
and
stuff.
I am very excited to see there's something very important and special you're going to show us today.
I'm super excited. So for those of us who have heard about Sora and doing amazing AI video capabilities, well, Stable Diffusion has taken the AI world by storm, especially for people who have a brand new AI PC, like the ones we're showing off here from Intel. Well, this is the next generation of what we're able to do with Gen AI, and that is actually using just text to generate actual full motion high definition video.
That is amazing. Like we had like text to pictures,
Correct.
but I guess now we're going to moving pictures.
That is exactly right. And so let me go ahead and give you a couple of examples of what we're looking at here.
Yes, please. Yes.
And so we're running this whole thing on this AI PC. So here we have an Intel Core Ultra, this is Series 2, codenamed Lunar Lake. And as we see, we're playing in this Dell. Look at how thin and svelte the system is. So really beautiful AI PC. And then we're actually using Comfy UI, which is the model player here. But the real brains behind the operation is a brand new model called LTX-Video. And this is going to take your regular English prompt generation and take that text and turn it into an actual full motion video. So let's go ahead and we're going to actually start the queuing here. Okay. And so we've put in our prompt, and so you can actually see it generating the individual steps through the workload. And so as we can see, it's going ahead and processing, and then it's going to go ahead and start generating all of the frames for our individual video. And as a matter of fact, we're going to have to, usually takes us about 90 seconds to generate 2 seconds of some fabulous video.
No, that's pretty cool. How about if it's longer? How does it go?
Well, we're talking about this is something that's a very intensive model if we're looking at, especially if we're lengthening the time. Right. So at about a minute, 2 minutes for two seconds of video. However, if I'm looking at 5 seconds of video, now I'm up in the 7 to 10 minute range. If I look at 10 seconds of video, now I could be in hours. And so we're actually looking at a huge exponential increase in that AI workload because I have to analyze all the previous frames before it. And so you're really having to put everything in context, not just a Stable Diffusion one picture, but now the entire reference to make sure that the entire video makes sense. And so we can see this in Comfy AI, it's actually finishing up the last couple of frames that we have on our video, and then it's going to package it together and give us that 2 second video in a nice little MPEG-4 that we can go ahead and use however we want. So let's go ahead and take a look at, we can actually see some previous examples that we have over here where we've done some bunnies. It's great for B-roll, it's great for amazing humans if you want to go ahead and do that kind of piece. So really as a budding art director for film, I can go ahead and plan shot by shot which backgrounds I want, which virtual actors, etc. So where we are, we just finished up. It's going to take about 2 seconds to package it up in our video. And now let's go ahead and see what we created. And so right here is our 2 seconds of video. And as you can see, all of the motion that we have in the scene, real lifelike humans that were able to be captured here.
Right.
And again, this is not connected to the internet at all. This is all local on an open source model that Intel has quantized to take advantage of all of our amazing AI chips like the GPU and NPU that we currently have within our Lunar Lake generation. But if you wanted to take a look at some longer kind of examples that we have here, here are some ones that we did earlier. This gentleman is not real. He is all ones and zeros. So talking about an amazing kind of human representation that we have in video, this could be a movie shot that we're easily able to up-res to 4K or etc. Now let's go ahead and take that, and this is actually using the same prompt that we had before, but we can also introduce variations if we want to get kind of differentials between using the same prompt, or we can keep a persistent model so we can keep the same digital character in all of the scenes if she's our heroine, etc. And then for you budding animators out there who want to make the next Pixar film, well, we can have our little talking bunny here do an entire set in this 10-second video that we're showing off here. So really, as far as budding tools for the next generation of Gen AI, this is amazing. And open source, zero cost.
Wow.
So with your brand new AI PC, all of those AI subscriptions you have out there, You don't really need a lot of those anymore if you harness the power of today's models and really the next generation of what the AI PC is going to bring you.
No, this is great. So I was looking at this earlier, you and I were looking at this, and you were telling me like these two are the same video, but there's, I mean, you can tell the difference in the bounties.
Absolutely, we can see the differential between the two that you see here, but if you want it to be more of a light animation or some of those cases, and now we can see we have our bunny in the meadow, and we can change kind of the setting of those pieces. But if we wanted something which was a little bit more of the realistic style and has a little bit more of the blurring as well as some foreground blurring, it allows us to really just do some kind of differential tweaks inside the model and we get a different output. And then once we find the perfect clip that's going to make that great shot for us to line up, then I'm going to go ahead and take that clip, I'm going to super res it up to 4K, and now it's ready to be introduced to my project. And for you budding filmmakers out there, these are virtual actors, virtual sets, virtual lighting. As a matter of fact, I don't even need a camera to create videos like this.
This is mind-blowing. This is amazing, and definitely a step into the future. Craig, thank you so much. This is a great demo. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.